Love can be hard sometimes, and sometimes makes you feel like you're in a desperate place, which you would have to be. To go to y94.com, click on the Be in the Playhouse page, and submit your love problem to be tackled here by the Love Doctors on the show a time or two a week. Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. I only seem to ever have first and second dates. They never seem to get any further than that, and I can't quite figure out why nobody wants to go out with me more than a time or two. What do you think I could be putting out there that I am turning people off so?
Well, you got to really kind of reflect. Are you doing the same date? So maybe it's wherever you're bringing them. What are you talking about? Just think about what has been the common thing that's happened on every date. Because that's obviously what it is.
Well, short of you taking Amy and I out for a date and treating us the way you're treating these people, which we're not opposed to. I'm down for a free meal. How about you, Amy Kay?
I mean, yeah, we could check it out. We'll see. We'll give you tips. We'll rate. We'll give you a little review.
It's kind of hard to say. I think Amy makes a point. I also think there's a chance that if you're going out and you're not focused on the moment and you're thinking a few dates ahead and you're like trying too hard and you're thinking about like finding a relationship and not just having a good time with this person right here, right now, I do think people maybe sometimes come off a little strong and maybe you need to just have fun in the moment. And it sounds so cliche, but you hear those things like, when you're not looking, that's when it happens. It's cliche because it's true,
I do think you're right on that, though. Especially because now if this has gotten your head and you're like, is there going to be a second date? Is there going to be a second date? You're going to be focusing on that. Try not to worry about it. Just try to look at it as you're just getting to know this person. And you don't even know if they're worth a second date. You got to give yourself some, think that you're, get some confidence.
We've all been the person that's tried too hard on a date, and that maybe is what's happening there. Love Doctors, the other love gurus. I got divorced less than a year ago. My ex and I share custody of our 14-year-old son. He is in high school, and I recently found out he's dating a young lady who's a freshman in college. When my wife and I split, we made the verbal agreement to keep each other in the loop on any issues involving our son. My son does not want me to tell his mom about his girlfriend. He says that they've never been physical in that way, and that's why he feels like it's okay, but they have kissed. When my wife and I broke up, it was pretty bad. I did cheat on her with somebody I work with. She found out and left me, and the only thing we've ever able to see eye to eye on is raising our son. So I do feel like I'm leaving her out on important conversation, but I'm not sure I should share this with her or if this is just something between me and my son.
I think you do share it because you made that agreement that anything between him you would share with her, and I think she would appreciate that. And if you just gave her a call or talked to her privately and said, he did ask me not to tell you, so if you couldn't, just please don't mention anything, but I did want to keep you in the loop.
Yeah, part of me is kind of having the bro code alarm go off a little bit, but I do think that if you think you have a relationship with her where you could say, listen, I want to tell you this, even though he's asked me not to, and so you cannot say anything. If you think you have that relationship, that's one thing. And whether or not it's true that those two have never done anything, it's hard to say. 14 and 18 is
that's weird.
It's a 4-year age difference, which isn't weird when you are in your mid-20s, your 30s, whatever. It's going to get less weird every year that goes by. But when you're a minor, it's pretty weird.
Yeah, I think you definitely, because think about what's going to happen when she does find out, and if she finds out that you knew and hid it from her, oh, man.
And it's not like this is a problem. Let's say they keep dating. It's not like it's a problem that goes away anytime soon because, soon he's 15, then he's 16. You got a couple of years yet where it's pretty weird.
Yeah, you for sure just need to tell her, but just, make sure you say, he did ask me not to tell you, so please respect that, but I did want to tell you.
And then there's always the fun flip on it. How would you have reacted if this was your daughter, your 14-year-old daughter, dating an 18-year-old guy? I bet you'd both want to have a powwow about that, and should it be any different just because it's a guy? Yeah,
you both need to have a conversation then.
The more we talk about it, the more grossed out I am by the whole thing. I really do think you need to talk to her now.
It is strange that he's 14. Ugh.
You know who else I'd like to talk to and have a conversation with?
The girl?
This girl, yeah.
What would you say?
So, what is it that you like about my son so much? Do you think it's weird that he is 2 years away from driving and you're in college?
Yeah, I would say, don't you feel like a weirdo?
Yeah, more or less. I'd probably worded it differently, but yeah.
Say it nicer than that.
You understand this is kind of creepy and you cannot be doing nothing
physical
and all that? Yeah. Ugh. And finally today, love doctors, the other love gurus. My boyfriend of 3 months wants to go on vacation together. And I said, hey, that sounds great, thinking he meant in a couple of weeks. That's what I thought he meant anyway, but he booked a vacation for August. That's 5 months away. Isn't that kind of presumptuous that we're going to be dating that long? It's further away than we've even been dating.
Yes and no. I do think it's strange that he booked it out so far in advance, but that's a good sign because that means he can see spending that time with you and that he thinks this is a good relationship. So take it in a good way, but maybe you do say something to say, when you said you were booking that trip, I thought it was going to be just like in a couple weeks or something. I didn't realize it was that far away.
I think it was an intentional power move to send that message like, I plan on being
I'm
with
serious.
you. Yeah, it's a power move. Actually, kudos to him. Now, I do think if you're excited to go somewhere soon, there's no reason maybe you couldn't plan something in the next couple of weeks or something, so you have something to look forward to that's not all the way in August. But I actually don't hate that power move at all. What an interesting way to go ahead and have the talk with you about how serious he is without having the talk. That's a good move on his part.
But now it makes me wonder if she doesn't think this is a serious relationship.
Yeah. But now if you were to be like, I don't know, and then he's going to be crushed because he's like, oh, whoops.
You just spent all that money.